Hello, dear ones. It has been many moons since I last recorded a video for YouTube. I am an avid follower of some incredible YouTubers, podcasters, it's not even the right description. They are just incredible leaders, and I learn a lot. And I feel it's time that I start to, in the very least, document my process, if not share it publicly yet. Um, I've learnt to trust in every essence of divine timing. My call today was to speak to many of the energies of this time. My own spiritual practice has expanded exponentially over the last, particularly the last quarter. This season of the end of the wood snake and the start of the fire horse, the, the finishing of the 9 year and the start of the 1 year, and all the cosmology and astrology that is um, both nurturing us and molding us and inviting us to a whole new way of being. I'm not an astrologer. I am very much learning as I go. Yet, one thing that's become really clear to me is that the messages that I intuit are always in sync with the astrology. And so it's been beautiful for me just to kind of realize just how validating that is, while also being able to use the current transits as well as birth charts to provide a blueprint of such, a bit of a map and a mirror in terms of where we're heading as individuals, as a collective, and certainly as a consciousness. Yeah. So wow, what a ride we are on. We have just been in an eclipse portal. We had first the new moon eclipse, so the solar eclipse in the sign of Aquarius, and that's on the axis of Aquarius Leo, so very much about I and thou. Um, that is, I'm a Leo rising, so that's significant for me in terms of how I present in the world. And then we've just had the full moon eclipse 2 weeks later, which was a lunar eclipse, of course, and that is in Virgo. So opposite to where the sun is, of course, which is in Pisces. And not only is the sun in Pisces, but several other of the personal planets. We've got many dwarf planets and stars and gosh, all sorts of things um, circling through Pisces and then into Aries going forwards too. So it's just beyond extraordinary times. We are at the 0 point of new consciousness, and we're all feeling it. And it's both exciting and perhaps discombobulating at the same time. So for me, my practice over these last few months of embodying this rebirthing has been daily dance, breath work, deep, deep consciousness work, alongside all the other aspects of the tools that I've collected and that I work through, um, conscious creation processes, quantum physics, um, all the things you can read up my bio. um, Reincorporating dance to such a degree has been a massive coming home for me, and expanded my consciousness far beyond where I already was as a shamanic divine feminine channel. Yeah. So I have so much to share and channel, and it's all going currently into my book, which is gorgeous. And I know that it's going to also be coming through into this format on screen and podcast. And I'm not rushing because one of the things about the year of the fire horse is we may be prone to rushing, and yet we've also got to take things nice and steady. We've got a beautiful combination of Neptune in Aries and Saturn in Aries of just kind of all this dreaminess that we've had in the Piscean Neptunian era of things not quite grounding in and working out is now coming into much more um yeah, symmetrical creation, into embodiment, into our 3D reality, which is super exciting, as well as in our internal worlds, of course, getting more clarity, getting more structures, getting more um, grounding, all the things. And we've currently got both Jupiter and Mercury in retrograde as well. So they are going to be going forward soon. And I just recommend, if you're interested in all that stuff, go and watch some of the astrologers that I follow. I'm really happy to give you some names because they just do it so beautifully. So a lot of what I'm being told, like all these others, is that these are such new times that we have to do everything we possibly can to both stay grounded and stay elevated. So shifting into higher states of consciousness, keeping that love frequency um, so pure, so refined, while maintaining stability and groundedness in our bodies and on country. Particularly when with so much fire energy, our nervous systems can really be challenged at this time. Not to mention all the water energy. So we've got some real steamy energies at the moment over these few months. So, my biggest certainty around these times and where we're heading is that the more of us who are awakening do these internal grounding practices of grounding in spirit and consciousness and expanding and radiating the love of all consciousness and creation that we are, an expression of anyway. So the more we shed our shadows, shed those old skins and stay in the light and be there for each other, the more we're contributing those frequencies to the collective consciousness, to higher beings, um, feeling the support of those high beings, and really, just don't ever doubt or question your contribution to the field through your energy. It's profound, and we all need each other right now, and even more so going forward, to elevate, elevate, and elevate. Be in our heart, trust our gut instincts, like really open up, tender your vessel, open up your channels, and just live through the divine in you. Going forward, life is going to be unrecognizable. We know that. But what this means is that we are returning, we're remembering, we're returning to a way of living, to a way of being, which is so much more heart-based, so much more collective, so much more grounded in. It's going back to the deliciousness of living off the land, of the ways and wonders of Indigenous peoples, working with them, um, supporting those of you who are Indigenous to have bigger voices, to bring your wisdom forward, and for us to work together. Yeah, these sacred portals of those of us who are here to lead and awaken and to nourish and collect us together. We are the ones that are going to ensure the lifting and the survival of not just our species, but of all sentient beings that are choosing to live through these times in a world where there's so much destruction, so much um, hate, so much fascism and control and all these things. We really have to, first of all, just work within ourselves with the divine and just keeping up that energy of love and grace and humility, compassion, and yeah, breathe deeply and ground your nervous system. Look after each other and stay clear and certain in what you're creating, what's true for you, what your contribution is. Trust that your purest visions are coming to you because that's your purpose work. That's how you're led. That's what you're here for. And don't feel alone. That's my message for today. It's wafty and it's not everything I had planned to say, but it's what came through. And in this Piscean energy, it's just right. So I'll love you and leave you and send you something more soon. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do more videos. Bye.